Hello, my name is Eugene Bryce of Bryce Energy Services. I'd like to take you through a short presentation on getting started on your business carbon neutrality journey by engaging a consultant energy and carbon manager. So it is a little bit of an advert, but also a prompt for businesses to commence and invigorate their planning for carbon neutrality. So this first slide, Energy and Carbon Manager. The primary purpose for an Energy and Carbon Manager is to look at your business energy costs and carbon dioxide emissions and look to reduce both over time. So energy costs, energy efficiency, basically making better use of the energy you're using in a relative to your production or operation. Carbon dioxide, ultimately the aim is carbon neutrality by 2050 or sooner. So that is an absolute reduction rather than a relative reduction as with energy. And that is, as I say, the primary role for the energy and carbon manager within a business. Energy management systems. So in order to achieve energy efficiency and energy management, there are a number of ISO standards that are applicable. Most businesses may be familiar with ISO 9001 and ISO 14001, but ISO 9001, the quality management system, ISO 14001, environmental management systems. The relatively newer standard, ISO 50001, is the energy management standard, and together with ESOS, the Energy Savings Opportunity Scheme, and SECR, Streamlined Energy and Carbon Reporting, these are the systems, regulations and requirements on a business that give structure to energy management and carbon reduction. And whether or not a business wants to be certified to these standards, that's optional, but following as best practice is certainly recommended. Carbon management systems. So greenhouse gas protocol, scope 1, 2 and 3, where scope 1 and scope 2 are those emissions that a business is directly responsible for, and scope 3, those emissions where a business is indirectly responsible for. These are important in order to understand the business carbon footprint. So those directly that a business is responsible for, scope 1 and 2, like energy usage, electricity, gas, business fuel, on-site water is scope 3. So all of these need to be captured, understood, and for carbon neutrality, the recognized standard is PAS 2060 for carbon neutrality. Now, as my own business, I'm proud to say we are carbon neutral by general energy reduction, but primarily by the purchase of carbon offsets, which is something all businesses should consider as well. So what would a consultant deliver? In a typical week, in order to get you started on your journey, there would be review your gas and electric use, establish your carbon footprint for scope 1 and 2, plan for data collection for scope 3, energy and carbon emission policy statement. So based on your actual carbon footprint and energy use, provide that first high-level business statement. This is what we hope to achieve. Then energy efficiency plan and renewable options. So look at where are the quick wins and what renewable systems could be used, purchased over the coming years in order to mitigate energy and carbon emissions. And then ultimately a carbon reduction plan and setting net zero targets. This is all dependent on having accurate quality information available about what the business is actually consuming, using. So for example, gas and electric use, ideally data from your energy supplier, data from your manufacturing process or whatever it is. Scope 3, who interacts with your business, upstream, downstream suppliers, and engagement with your senior staff. Now, not to dance around the topic, rates are available from $350 per day, depending on scope of work and duration of work. The idea is that through using a consultant, it would be over a year or two, 3, over the lifetime, ideally over the lifetime of the carbon reduction journey and the implementation of management systems. So some of the advantages of an external consultant, fairly general, but hopefully it will prompt you into dropping me a line. Application of best practice for multiple sectors. So as a consultant, we work across multiple industries and can take best practice to your particular industry. Significantly more experience for budget, rather than employ a junior. Employing a consultant has the advantage of providing all the expertise, but with reduced hours, reduced time, and therefore get more bang for your buck. Can work with all management levels. Generally a consultant would be considered more senior, and the fact that the business is paying for this person gives a little bit more weight to their recommendations and a little bit more priority perhaps. Independent audit of progress across the business. So as an external consultant, you're not worried about in-house departmental rivalries or any internal politics. You can give free assessments of what you see. Wide range of connections in the renewable sector. So having worked in the industry for a while, consultant develops all the necessary connections in order to be able to implement the projects and recommendations. Additional resource to start the project. So if you are looking to commence with management systems and your carbon plan, a consultant provides that extra resource to give the project direction, and that leads nicely to be able to train and support in-house staff who may do or may be required for the day-to-day functioning of whatever management system the business decides to implement. So hopefully that gave you a few thoughts as to employing a consultant, hopefully myself. So feel free to drop me an email at info@bryceenergyservices.com or visit our website, bryceenergyservices.com, or you may follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, or watch some of our videos on our YouTube channel. So follow, subscribe, or simply lurk. Thank you very much.